If you've been following my build so far, you know we're making this sauna out of pallets for something like 50 bucks. Today we're working on the heat source. To save on costs, we're gonna use this 55-gallon drum that I got on Marketplace for free. We're gonna turn it into a barrel stove. I've never done anything like this before, so wish me luck.
Initially, I was planning on just getting a free wood stove to use for the sauna. A lot of times you can find them easily if you're willing to move them. However, it is balls cold outside and people are not giving their wood stoves away for free right now. So first I got the lid reattached with some self-tapping metal screws, and now I'm just making my first cut with the angle grinder. However, the angle grinder was taking forever, so I broke out old jigsaw to finish the cut. Shout out to this jigsaw. It was my first ever tool and it still has the Goodwill sticker on it for $7.99. She's been going for nearly a decade and hasn't quit, so that was money well spent. Better than the $140 I spent on a DeWalt sander only to have it die upon the faintest grays of moisture. Look at this sketchy cut. It worked, but probably wouldn't recommend. So basically what I'm doing here is I'm just making a back flap. Yes, this is going to be the rear of the stove, which is going to allow me to just open things up and clean it out really easily so that a bunch of soot and stuff doesn't get stuck in there. My only concern is that the extra air holes might like kill the draft of the stove, but I don't know, I guess we'll see how it works. So I flipped it over, this is gonna be the front side, and then I just used the angle grinder to kind of line out my cut. Gave it some nice rounded corners and made it look a little bit more like a door. Then it was back to jigsaw party, and let me tell you, if you've never used a jigsaw to cut thin metal like this, it works really fucking well. Just make sure you get a metal cutting blade on there and you're good to go. And just like that, we've got our cut made and our door is ready to fit. If you wanted to build something like this, but you don't want to go through all the hassle I am, you can just get barrel stove kits on the internet. They basically come with a door and a stovepipe attachment, and they look really clean and classy. However, they do cost a bit of money, and that is not in the dirtbag ethos right now. So anyway, I just kept using some self-tapping metal screws to attach the door. It does feel a little flimsy, but I'm just gonna cross my fingers and hope it's fine. Now that I had a door, I needed a cute handle, and I had to dig into the dirtbag treasure troves to find something that would work. This is an old curtain rod hanger thing that I've been holding on to for literally years, and I had a bunch of bolts lying around and figured this would work pretty well. See, this is why we never get rid of cool bits and bobs, right guys? Justified. Now just drill a quick hole and god damn it. Friggin' stupid, give me friggin' door, just get... After trying to get the door back out for like 10 minutes off camera, I just gave up and held it in place while I drilled the hole. But now everything was going great, couple seconds, and the hole was punched, and god damn it. Like 0 for 2 with the drill, my guy. Anyway, it was good enough for me to get the handle on. Honestly, looking back, I think that drill bit is still inside the stove. I should probably get that out of there one of these days. I was really happy with how this handle turned out. It feels so good to use something that you've literally had for years and have it work perfectly. I'll never get rid of anything again. For the last part of the project, we got to get the stovepipe attached. I traced the diameter of the stovepipe off camera, and then I drilled a quick hole in the center of the circle. Then I used the jigsaw to just go around and cut some slices like a tiny little metallic toxic personal pizza. Cancer, my favorite flavor. Just kidding, the best flavor of pizza is obviously barbecue chicken, and if you disagree, we can argue about it in the comments section. Once I got my slices cut, it was a pretty easy task of just grabbing the channel locks and bending them up into a sort of like crown shape. I found it much easier, rather than bending them with the channel locks the whole time, to give them a couple taps with the hammer to bend them into place. Look at me finally using the ball peen hammer for what it's actually designed for. Aren't we all so proud of me? While I finish this little crown thing, I want to shamelessly plug my Patreon for a second. If you really like my content and you want to support me directly in making it, it's a great way to do that. You also get access to a private Discord where we can hang out and talk dirtbag shit. Just go to the link tree on my channel if you want to find it. So the crown thing was good to go, but because this stovepipe is double walled, it took quite a bit of fussing to get the teeth to fit between the two walls. But to my delight, after about 10 minutes of messing around with it, I got it to slide on there just perfect. To just hold it a little bit in place, I used some more self-tapping screws to go through 2 of the teeth in the front and the back. I was not confident in this working. I thought the screws might just push the teeth down and then fuck my whole system up, but to my surprise, they were able to punch through and make contact no problem. Nothing feels better than accidentally doing a better job than you expected. The final step for now was just to put some foil tape around the intersection and try to seal it up as good as I could. I probably wouldn't recommend the foil tape for a stove that's going to be indoors, but because half of the stove's going to be outdoors, I felt okay about it. And with that, it was time to test it out. Okay, so a couple quick reflections. When I open the door, the smoke comes out pretty intensely, which will not be very fun if it's inside a sauna. However, you can see the heat coming off this thing. It definitely gets hot. So hopefully once I get a bigger fire going in there, the draft will be strong enough to prevent that. I hope that you guys learned a little bit from this video and had a good time, and I'll be installing the stove in the sauna this week, so stay tuned.